Well, I'm trying to get the technical difficulties worked out, but my name is Lori, and I am the Ogden Stitcher on here and on Instagram. I'm going to start out with some of my finishes. Let me back up a minute. I tried doing this a couple years ago. I did one video, got cold feet, so I'm going to try it again. Anyway, I'm grateful for anybody that watches. I hope you get some inspiration or some ideas from some of my work, and I'm trying not to look at the camera because it's doing weird things. Anyway, you'll probably see my dirty kitchen counter back here, but that's life. We all have those things. Anyway, so I want to start out with my first finish, and I hope you can see this. This is Cardinal Kin from Plum Street Samplers, and it's stitched on 36 count parchment. I wish I would have went with just a little bit darker fabric because of the snowflakes that aren't showing up. They show up in person, but on camera it's just not showing up. So anyway, that's my Cardinal Kin that I finished in January. My next one is a project that I'm doing for a friend, and she had started this one and I finished it. There's 12 months in this series, and it's a Prairie Schooler series, and that's about all I can tell you about it. Boy, technical difficulties. Anyway, this is one of the months. I want to say this is December or November, but anyway, nope, it's February. Sorry, it says it right at the top. This is February, and I have 3 more months I'm going to do that I'm going to start this month. I'm going to start one of them this month. So that's my Prairie Schooler, and those were my 2 main finishes for the month of January 2026. By the way, this is February 1st, 2026. I'm going to start on July. All I know is this is a Prairie Schooler series. I do not know the name of it. I kept looking for the name, and I tried Google searching it, but I couldn't find it. So maybe if you're interested, you could probably find it on Prairie Schooler site. I don't know how old it is. It says it was printed in 2009. So anyway, so those are my finishes. And then I'm going to show you what I'm working on. My first one is, this is a Hade. This is Sea Turtle Serendipity by Heaven and Earth Designs. I've been working on this a long time. I'm not going to lie. This is probably one of my oldest whips. I'm showing you my 2 oldest first. And it's kind of probably going to be hard to get him in here, but he is about 43% done, and he's all wrinkled and has, but I've gotten a lot of him. His face, I need some clips. His face is showing down here, and then up here is one of his fins. And then this is all ocean. And I've got about, I was working this morning on this side. No, not that side. Where am I at? On him. I was working on him this morning. Sorry, I was working down here at the bottom. Do I have him right side up? Yep. Nope, I don't. Well, and now you know why preparation is key for doing one of these things. It goes this way. Anyway, so I was working this morning on this. My goal for this month is to do 5,000 stitches. He's at 43.75% done, and I really want to make some progress on him. I was doing 100 stitches a day for a while, and then I got burned out doing the 100 stitches a day. So I decided to do a big goal to see if that'll spur me on to get him completed. Well, 5,000 stitches isn't going to get him completed, but it's going to get me moving on him. Okay, so that's Sea Turtle Serendipity. My next one is a Nora Corbett. This is Gypsy Queen, which is probably one of my second oldest whips. Anyway, she's all stitched, and I am in the process of beading her. So I'm working right here on this little vase, urn, whatever you want to call it. So these two are my main focus for February, is Sea Turtle Serendipity and Gypsy Queen. I really want to get her done and have her as a finish. She is stitched. I'm pretty sure it's a Fabrics by Stephanie. I don't have the fabric color on here. But the pattern called for like a mocha, and I originally bought that, and then I saw her done on a light lavender, and I really liked it, so I purchased that fabric, and I really enjoy her on that. Okay. Next is Christmas Garden by Blackbird Designs, and I started this. I don't even know if I put a date that I started. Sometimes I'll write on there when I started it, but I think I started it in September when I was in Casper, and I've wanted to stitch this for a long time. This is a color conversion that I saw at the Craft Center in Salt Lake City, and because of the fabric that I chose, it is a 40 count vellum by Picture This Plus, and I loved their colorway that they did it on, but because of the fabric I chose, I changed the green and I changed this gold. So the pink is Red Pear by Weeks Dye Works, which is a gorgeous color. I've got a little bit more of the border done down here, but I just didn't want to take it out of my Q-snap. So this is how much I have done. I'm hoping to continue to work on her. Love, love, love this piece. Blackbird, of course, does a great job at all the things, right? Okay. There's that one. This is another, this is a Modern Folk Embroidery. This is, it was the 2024 Sal. And I loved the design. I love Modern Folk Embroidery stuff. I've done several of his Jacob's patterns, but I didn't like the red and blue, and I kept looking at it, trying to figure out what I can do color-wise. And last year, Weeks Dye Works came out with two new colors, Assia Berry, and I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, and Olive Branch, which I really love those two colors together. So that's what I chose. And this is on a Fox and Rabbit. I think it's Inca. Let me see if I can. Probably would help if I used the board that I got out. And these are the two colors, and this is where I'm at. I don't know, I don't have plans to work on it this month, but, and I moved my camera, of course. Sorry guys, I will get it together in future videos. Hopefully I will work out the technical difficulties. So that is my Modern Folk Embroidery. This one is a Sal that there's 4 of us that are doing it. We're all doing it on different counts, different fabrics, different flosses. And this is Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. So I divided it up into 18 months because it is big. There's a lot of stitches in this project. So I did it, divided it into 18 months, and the 4 of us, we do a section each month. And I'm going to turn this way. so you can see it. This is my progress so far. I'm doing 40 count. It's a Zweigart. I want to say it's Stormy Night, but or Winter Night. I will get the fabric for the next video, but this is where I'm at so far. I am using Color and Cotton, the Color and Cotton conversion that I bought, and I'm loving how it's turning out on this fabric. So anyway, that's my progress on Let Love Rain. We probably will not have it done until next year sometime. We started it in Casper, at the Casper retreat in last year. So we're just doing the section a month. And our thing is, if you don't get your section done that month, you put $10 in the pot, and then at the end of the time, whoever gets theirs done on time gets to split the money in the pot. So far, nobody's put any money in the pot. So that's a good thing. We're all keeping up with it. It's kind of a little bitty incentive. And then, because I'm a glutton for punishment, at a stitching weekend a couple weekends ago, we all decided we were going to start a chatelaine. Now, I didn't want to start a big chatelaine because I have a lot of, I stitch a lot of big projects. So I'm trying to stitch smaller projects in the middle to kind of break that up, because I'm finding myself waning, even though that's my normal. So it's a mini chatelaine. This is probably not going to show really well, but you have 3 choices, and this one on the bottom is the one that I'm doing. And this is my progress so far. This is on a soft ivory. It's a Zweigart fabric, and you'll see my needle minder, but this is where I'm at. The fabric's crooked, not the piece, but that's where I'm at, and these are my colors for it. And there's a lot of beads in it. So I just chose a small one to start out with on the chatelaine, even though I love chatelaines and I think they're gorgeous. They are very large. Most of, the large ones, they're gorgeous, but they're very time intensive. So I wanted to start with a smaller one, especially because it's taken me so long to bead Gypsy Queen. I wanted to do a smaller one that wasn't so bead intensive. This does have beads in it, a lot of beads, but I figure I'll start with the small one and then move on from there if I find another one that I like and I want to do. So those right now are my current projects and what I'm working on. My goal this month, like I said, is $5,000 on Sea Turtle Serendipity, and to get my Gypsy Queen completed. Those are my 2 main goals for February. I really want to get 5,000 stitches on the Sea Turtle and just finish beading the Gypsy Queen, which I'm making progress on that. I finally found a setup that works for me. I think that's the hardest thing about beading, is finding something that you're comfortable with. And once you're comfortable, then you can get moving. Okay. The next thing is acquisitions. This is another trio that this will be the next one that I do. I really love the trios, and I think they're cute. I've got the Sea Turtle, or the turtle one done. It's with my finisher, Candace. And if you want her information, I'm happy to share it. She's a finisher here in our area, in the Ogden area, and she does a great job. Let me just grab something real quick. I have to walk across the whole room, and now you get to see everything. Okay, so these are some of the pillows when I first started doing the stacks. This is Goat Load that she finished for me. Henpeck, and Snort Stack. And I really love how these turned out. And I'm doing them all on different fabrics, different counts, because I didn't want all my pillows to be the same size. So I did the first three because originally when Paulette came out with the first 3 designs, I thought she was going to continue just using the same fabric. And she didn't. She changed things, as everybody knows. So I just decided I was going to change the count and change the fabric on the ones. And so those first 3 are done on the called for fabric, and it's a Picture This Plus, but it's on I'm thinking it's a 36 count because I wanted them small to start out with. So anyway, Candace does a great job, and if anybody's interested, just let me know, and I'm happy to share her information, and you can message her. Anyway, so this Trope is the flamingos, and that's the one I'm going to do next. And when Candace, I think she'll have my turtles done this next weekend. And when I do my next video, I'll show you the turtles. And the other thing that I purchased was Christmas mousse from Pana. So, there you can see them. So I've always loved this pattern, right? And I just never pulled the trigger, and I saw Vicki Stitchin' Button doing it. And I thought, oh, I really gonna get that. So I was watching her video. Of course, I got on Etsy and I ordered him. And he's cute. He's darling. This is the fabric it comes with. It comes with it's a really dark brown. It's an Aida. And Vicki is doing hers on Murky, which this is my Murky. Now my Murky's really a lot darker than Vicki's, and so I'm trying to decide if you can see how dark this is. If I'm going to do him on Murky, which is a Picture This Plus fabric, or I'm going to do him on that, or I've also got one more reproduction from Bestitch Me, which I like. It's lighter. It's a good neutral. So I don't know what I'm going to do him on yet, but I'm trying to decide between those 3 fabrics. I might just go ahead and stitch him on the original Aida. I'm usually a linen stitcher, but I stitched on Aida for years and never had any problems. So anyway, that's where I'm at in my stitching journey. And if you've watched this far, I'm just going to plug somebody that I think is doing an amazing job, and not stitching related at all, but I think it's life related. So that's why I'm going to, this woman, I was watching TikTok reels or something like that, and she started coming up on my feed. And at first, I was a little bit like, okay, this person's, she doesn't follow the mainstream. That's the word I would use. But so I started watching her, and she said that she wrote a book on mental health. And her name is Anna Starnes Riley. And this is her book, Thrift Shop Therapy. And I bought it. I bought it, first of all, because I wanted to support her in what she's doing. And second of all, I was interested in what her little, what her method was, right? She's not a doctor. She very much will tell you that she's had mental health problems in the past. I think everybody at some time in their life has struggled with something, right? Anyway, so this is just like a workbook type thing that you go through, and you do some exercises, and I've started going through it, and quite honestly, I find it beneficial. It makes me think about things in my own personal life that that I want to correct, or that I'm struggling with. And I just think she's awesome. Anyway, she's also great, created an app called YouGood. It's UGUD. And it's about, checking on your mental health every day if you're struggling with things. And so I think it's a really good way to start the new year, kind of looking at getting a different perspective. You can order this off of Amazon. I think it was 20 bucks, and she has 11 more books she's doing. So anyway, really like this lady. I recommend that you look her up and see what she has to offer. She might interest you, she might not. But for me, this was a good find that I found at the beginning of the year that I really, I just enjoy watching her and listening to her messages. Anyway, that's all I have. Short and sweet, not too long of a video. If you've watched me this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me, and have a good day. And hopefully I'll be back the 1st of March.